am delighted to be here with a really good friend, the amazing Dr. David Silverman. And we're going to talk about something that affects, I think, every single person watching this, and that's stress and cortisol. And the reason I asked Dr. David in is because, David, you've got such a brilliant knowledge of holistic health, how the body works, and most importantly, great solutions for people. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Catherine. How are you across the pond?
I'm great. I'm doing well. I've got my lovely dogs listening in because they want to know all about this. So
I just want to tell you, you look lovely. You're glowing. What are you using?
I am using, well, no, I don't, we'll come on to that because I am using all the Asea products. And can I just tell you, I went to the American convention last week, as you know, and in the UK, we haven't got the Radiance. Where's my box of the Redox Radiance? Oh my goodness, guys, this is going to be the subject of a separate video. I will ask Dr. David to do a separate one on this. But we have got this coming in Europe and the UK, the end of October 2023, depending when people watch this. In America, most of the rest of the world, they've got this. This is a game changer. David, I've only been using this for just over a week. The
Yep,
difference already, I saw my mother yesterday and she was like, what's happened to your hair? Because it's grown about an inch in the week. It's
that's funny.
incredible. So
Well,
thank you.
yeah. Well, it's funny you said that because we're going to talk about something more important, right? We're going to talk about, I think we're talking about cortisol and stress and all how it impacts the body and how this is such a breakthrough. But the fun part about what these products do, and the company comes out with things that are general health and some are specific, but this for skin, hair, and nails, like you said, your mother noticed your hair. It's your skin, hair, nails. This stuff is remarkable. So we'll do a whole separate one on that.
Do a whole separate one on that because it's an important point for stress. So we're really going to delve into stress because it's something, stress and hormones, we're going to do two separate videos in it because those are the two top topics that we get asked about so much. And the thing is you know, physical appearance does affect your stress. It has a huge impact on confidence, particularly in today's age where everything's so visual. But also, one of the things I love, Dr. David, is that the fact is that our external appearance is often a reflection of what's going on inside and how quickly we're regenerating and repairing inside. So, why do you think stress and cortisol is such imbalances is such a major issue at the moment for people?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of things that cause stress on people externally. The number one cause of stress in the world for number one, not everybody, is money.
Yeah.
Finances causes stress. What else causes stress? Health issues. A person's health issues. Someone they love has health issues.
Mm.
Relationships, self-image. A lot of things cause stress, but stress is controlled by cortisol. I mean, it's called the stress hormone. It's produced in the adrenals, which are little glands that sit on top of the kidneys. Because
Mm.
the renal is kidney, adrenal. People say, "What's adrenal mean?" It's adrenal. It's sitting on top of the renals, so the kidneys, and it produces cortisol. It's a hormone, and it helps us deal with stress, whatever that source of stress is. It could be that a lion is attacking us, and that's stress, right? So your body starts pumping out cortisol like crazy to deal with that stress, which is good because it helps you run and get away and save yourself, right? But you don't want high levels of cortisol because then you'd be like this all the time, right? And so if you have too high level cortisol levels, you have problems. I mean, could be weight gain, high blood pressure, all kinds of mental things as well, osteoporosis, stretch mark, really weird things that can
Skin
happen with.
issues is a big one, isn't it?
What's that?
Skin issues as well is
Oh yeah, no skin. Yeah, and it shows. I mean, you see when people are stressed, their skin doesn't look good, right?
mm.
And if it's too low, you got problems. You got fatigue. You might have unwanted weight loss, all kinds of things. So the key is to have balance in it. And I know we're going to talk about how to address that, but generally, the younger we are, the more balanced our cortisol levels are because it affects sleep, affects a lot of things. And if it's out of balance, you got problems. So the body is trying to always stay in balance, but stress that's from all these different reasons we said pushes us out of balance. And that shows up in our health.
It really does. And it can cause such a knock-on effect for every aspect, all the decision makings that people have. And I think sometimes we take it for granted, David, that stress is so common in today's world now for all ages, for males and females, that people become to think it's normal to live with these symptoms. So some of the things I get asked a lot is, holding on to excess weight, particularly around the middle or around the face. You're feeling really tired in the day, and then energy is just as you want to go to bed, you're sort of waking up again. Skin issues, mood, depression, anxiety. And as you say, these are all linked to the stress response in the body. So very importantly, what are some things that people can do about it? Because so often they're used to having a sticky plaster approach to it, but that's often missing the root cause, isn't it?
Yeah, there are a lot of things before I learned about this for stress, which is just amazing. I mean, I knew about meditation, breathing. There are ways to do breathing, and what it does is it gets yourself out of your head. It gives your head a chance. The only chance most people have to get out of their head is to go to sleep. Right when they fall
Yeah.
asleep, they wake up and it starts all over again. But during the day, to do some meditation, do breathing. Just take 5 minutes every couple hours and just focus on the breath. It takes you out of your problems and the issues. Everybody's got things going on. Um, as we age, the stress gets some worse because more responsibilities, more things, but also our bodies start producing less of something that you've talked about many times. We're just focusing on stress. It's called redox signaling molecules, which is what's in this bottle. So our cells produce redox signaling molecules, but at puberty, we're producing a lot because our mitochondria are very strong and powerful, and there are books on redox or textbooks on redox for people that want to read. There's science books that are readable by the average person, but they're about the science. And then there's real simple books, Life's Biohack, to explain this. But we produce a lot when we're young.
Yeah.
And I'm 63 years old. I just turned 63. So as soon as I hit 16, I was producing less. 20, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm 63. I produce this much without drinking this, because that's what this is. I produce it, but it's a biohack. I'm drinking it. I'm raising my levels up to what they were when I was younger, right? And so my body is functioning the way it was when it was younger. I can't say that it's the reason I'm 63. I take no medicines. Most of my friends take medicines, something, whether it's arthritis medicine or blood pressure medicine or whatever it is, sleeping medicine. I don't take anything. And it can't be genetic because my parents did and my grandparents did. I don't. Is it this? I certainly feel that it is. I'm not allowed to make a claim that it is that. But also, it keeps things in balance. The more you have, the better your body is signaling, right? And whether it's your body's made up of 70 to 100 trillion cells. And if your cells in your bones are healthy, then you have healthy bones. If the cells are healthy in your retina, you don't go blind. If the cells in your pancreas are healthy, you don't have diabetes. If the cells are healthy in your glands, which produce hormones, then your hormone levels are in balance, right? So it really controls cortisol levels. Your adrenals make them, but it's not really up to the adrenals how much they make. It's up to the hypothalamus in the brain and the pituitary gland that produces hormones that tell the adrenals, hey, there's a certain amount of stress going on. You got to start pumping out more cortisol, or you're pumping out too much. You need to balance it. Well, the cells in your hypothalamus, your hypothalamus is made up of cells, and so is your pituitary, and so is your adrenals, as well as everything. And if the cells are healthy and doing what they're supposed to do and sensing stress, the signals are proper to how much cortisol produced, then you don't have the stress. Your body's dealing with the stress. But as we age, well, not as we age, cells get old and they need to be replaced with good ones. And if a cell is aging, it's dying, and it's replaced with a good one, then if it's your liver, then your liver stays healthy. If you have a lot of cells that remain in your liver that are unhealthy, then you're going to have liver disease. Well, the
Yeah.
same thing in your adrenals. If the cells are not healthy, then you're not going to be functioning properly, whether it's your hypothalamus, your pituitary, or your adrenals. Well, what this does is it enhances signaling. It helps the body hear when you have bad cells that need to be replaced, and it signals the body to go replace those bad cells with good ones. So it's not healing you or curing you. It's making it so that your body is functioning the way it did when it was younger. And it's a remarkable breakthrough to have something that can do so many amazing things for every part of the body. But stress, everybody has stress. And it's,
Absolutely.
what a simple thing to do. Have what we'd speak in ounces. Well, you speak in ounces too. So, 4 to 8 ounces a day, big deal. 4 or 8 ounces a day. You do this twice a day, and you just kind of baseline your stress. You baseline before you start your sleep patterns, your energy, your weight, the way you feel. If you've got blood sugar problems, what your blood sugar is. But stress is one of the things we always say. What would you say your stress level is right now on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10? And just watch what happens as you drink this. And the side benefit is you look younger and younger too.
Absolutely. And when you bring your body back into balance like this, you make better decisions about all areas of life. I get a lot of young parents contacting me, and we can remember what that was like, David, when our children were young.
Yeah.
And it's a very different time of your life, and you often don't have a lot of time for yourself. So being able to help take these things that are 100% natural, that your body makes anyway, so that there's no way you can be allergic to it, or it can't interact negatively with any other medication or supplements that you're taking, is just such a relief to people. I absolutely love it. Now, I couldn't leave the conversation on cortisol and stress without talking about some of the other Asea products they've got. So I have got here two of my favorite, my absolute favorite, and I will have to say my husband's favorite for me to take, is the mood, the cell performance. Now, all I can say, this will affect people differently, but all I can say, and my friends will be amazed to hear me say this, when I've taken a mood sachet, it's virtually impossible to offend me. It just regulates me beautifully, because I must have some Italian blood. Can be quite fiery. But how do the mood and the mind and the energy play into this stress management as well, David?
Yeah, so you can do a shotgun approach. When someone starts on these products, they can just start with one thing, right? And watch what happens. They can take the gel and put it on their face, and they have a whole skincare line too. And just take pictures. Pictures don't lie. You take pictures every week. You're like, wow. And obviously, we've talked about this. They take the gel version of this, which is the same thing. They just, if they want to know what works quickly, wrinkles don't go away in 10 minutes, but there's something that it works for pretty darn well. And that's for things that hurt. So anybody that their neck is stiff, or they were in an accident, they can't even move it. They rate their discomfort level on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. They shake this up, and it's a 10-minute test. They put it on 3 times in the first 5 minutes. 3 times in the first 5 minutes. And at 10 minutes, they reassess to see how they're feeling. It's pretty fascinating what happens to about 9 out of 10 people. Just shocks people, it really does. And it validates that there's something significant here. These packets, there's redox mind, redox mood, there's redox energy. I just drank mine, so I don't have the packet here. Remarkable. And so if someone has focusing problems, like I've always had my entire life, I don't know how the heck I got through medical school, but I had to compensate, right? I had to read things and highlight everything and really focus. But mind is great for me, and I mix it with the energy, and I have energy all day. My mind is clear. And I lost weight. It also seemed to suppress my appetite, which was fantastic. I mean, I just love it. I mean, I'm 63. I feel like I'm less than 30 years old,
Yeah,
right?
incredible. Yeah.
But the mood, I don't have a problem with mood. I mean, if I feel like I'm extra stressed for whatever reason, I mean, with my dad, the last 5 months, he just passed. I mean, it was a difficult 5 months, but I was with him all the time. I mean, fortunately, I don't practice medicine anymore. I could be with him because of this business side of this, of sharing this gift. But I was taking some of this. And sometimes people take it at night. It helps them sleep. It's just definitely a calming effect without taking Prozac or, medicines are toxic and all this stuff. Everything in here is natural, and it's all redox based, which is really great. So like I say, people can do one thing at a time, or shotgun and say, look, I really want to see what this does for my mood and my stress. Then I would say do both of these.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Thank you so much. So the great thing for everyone is, stress is normal. It's going to affect us all at other sometimes during our lives. It's going to affect your loved ones as well. But the long-term health effects of not dealing with your stress, not balancing your cortisol levels are actually really, really dire. So it's so important, if you're noticing some of these symptoms, to really take some action and do something to help yourself sooner rather than later, before these problems build up. Thank you so much, Dr. David. Any final words you want to leave people with?
Well, as always, I just say, for number one, thank you for sharing this gift. Paying it forward. I mean, we all feel pretty obligated to make people aware of it. And if someone is new and hasn't experienced this, just get your questions answered about this, because it is as safe as water, and it comes with a money back guarantee. I always sound like a salesman when I say money back guarantee, but I want people to know there's no risk, right?
Yeah.
No risk physically, no risk financially, and you can live younger, longer. You can live a longer. You can live your life younger, longer, less stress, a better quality of life, with a very simple breakthrough that was almost bought by a pharmaceutical company who would have buried it. So thank God we have this product, and thanks, Catherine, for sharing it.
Thank you so much for your time. For anyone watching this, if you need more details, all my contact details for how you can get more information are below, because it's so important we all take back the power of our health. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And if you feel inspired, please do share with your friends and family. My goal is to inspire as many people as I can to live their best lives, to stay curious, and to raise their consciousness and that of the collective. So to do this, I need to reach as many people as possible, and this needs your help. If you feel drawn, would you be willing to share your favourite episode with 5 different people? This helps us spread the word, and also helps me encourage some exciting new guests to take part in this podcast. If you feel drawn to do that, I will be very, very grateful. All the links and discount codes where applicable for all the products that I support are on my 2 websites, catherineedwards.life and catherineedwardsacademy.com. All of the products are personally tried and tested by me, my family, and my clients. And finally, please do press the follow or subscribe button, depending which platform you're listening on. And above all, stay curious and stay free.